Alright, so tonight's hockey action. Um, After my record got kind of slaughtered last night, except I was right about one of my three teams that I said I was going to lose, and it was the Canucks. What a surprise. Uh, New Jersey's in Buffalo tonight. New Jersey's won two in a row. They've been looking good. Buffalo's lost two in a row. I'll say the script flips tonight. Buffalo wins this one 3-2. Toronto's at home to Philadelphia. Toronto has shown all the earmarks of being a young team because they're a young team. And the reality is, young teams will lay an egg about once every couple of weeks, usually. Um, and that's where Toronto's at. I think Philly comes into this as a team that they should be able to do something against. Sorry, I was distracting the TV. My guess is, this is purely a guess, Philly comes in, plays a good road game, and I'll say an overtime win for Philly, 3-2. LA, coming off of a loss in Montreal. They're in Ottawa. Ottawa's won their last game, so I think LA wins when I say they're gonna lose. They lose when they say I'm gonna win. When they're gonna win. So you know what? I'll take Ottawa. I'll take Ottawa to win this one, 3-0. I'll give a shout out to Craig Anderson. I don't care if he's not playing. Give him a shout out anyways for everything he's been going through. The Blackhawks, coming off of their seventh straight win. Now I said they were gonna lose that game that they won. I think Washington ends their winning streak. This should be a great game, though. Washington and Chicago, two very, very good teams. I'll say Washington wins this one 3-2. Dallas is in Edmonton. Um, Dallas won last night. I think it was an accident. I think Edmonton will expose it. I'll say Edmonton wins this one 5-3. Winnipeg coming off of a win. They're in Colorado. Colorado's lost two in a row. I can't see Colorado falling very far below 500. I just can't see it. But Winnipeg's won two in a row, and do I really want to go against Patrick Laine right now? I can't. I'll say Patrick Laine and Winnipeg win this one 4-3. It's quite the situation that we find ourselves in the NHL right now, where there are so many teams so tightly bunched together. This really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, considering there's been a lot of talk about parity. It's a real thing. I look at every team in the league right now and I say, okay, none of them are really that bad. I could argue Vancouver is that bad, but you know, the truth of it is that they're in a transition period, and there was something I read on Yahoo Sports today, which basically said that rumor has it that other GMs are calling Jim Benning about Brock Besser and Ole Levy. The belief is, and this again coming from Yahoo Sports, that Jim Benning is viewed by other GMs as kind of being a sucker, and they figure since he's traded 12 draft picks since he took over, he only took 9 back. Think about it, when you're rebuilding and you're losing draft picks and you're trading prospects, and they pointed out too that he traded numerous number 1 draft picks in the last year and a half, and that he picked Virtanen over Ehlers and Nylander. And at the time the draft took place, there was a lot of talk about Nylander and whether or not the Canucks should draft him. And I honestly thought that he would have been a good fit, but I went, okay, they drafted Virtanen, fine, I'll get behind this. When they drafted McCann, I liked the McCann draft pick, I did. But now, with where we're at, as a fan of the team, I can understand why other people would think that Jim Benning is open for business. They also pointed out that the Brandon Sutter trade wasn't just baffling. It was the fact that he gave out a huge contract extension with a no movement clause before he played a game in Vancouver. And they also mentioned Lucas Biza getting the extension that he got from Jim Benning and the money being too much. And it's funny because you know, it's like I said the other day about the Sedins and their contract. Yeah, 14 million is a lot, but when you consider they're spending almost 5 million on Brandon Sutter and 3.5 million on Lucas Biza, so $8.5 million gets you Brandon Sutter and Lucas Biza. This is, to me anyways, this is why the Canucks are in trouble. I don't look at the Sedins and say they're the reason, but the cap management hasn't been great under Jim Benning, and I don't know where the team goes from here. Now, I do have to do a Montreal video today. I'm going out to see Doctor Strange today. What's this, Captain Strange? No, Doctor Strange today. Um, that is my intention, anyways. But on top of seeing Doctor Strange, I have to do my Montreal video, which is going to be interesting. I haven't done my research on it yet, but it'll be relatively easy. I can find Montreal articles all the way through this 100 Years of Hockey one. I can find Montreal-related items in any magazine anywhere because the Montreal Canadiens from 1993 and before, most successful franchise in the NHL by far. But I want to get into why. Montreal fans like to boast quite a bit about how Montreal's history went, but they don't really talk a whole lot about why. And it wasn't just, oh, management was great. Before the entry draft existed, there was a system which heavily favored Toronto and Montreal. Heavily favored. So I'll get into that system that was abolished when the draft came in and how that affected Montreal. Montreal was fantastic in the 70s. They were very good in the 80s and the early 90s. And then it sort of fell apart. And to me, anyways, it extends back to when the NHL was quite different. There was no draft. Players didn't have a whole lot of say in where they played, and if any, and it was a different world. But that's for the video for later. I anticipate that's going to be a longer video. This is not a lot of action tonight. As I said, the Jim Benning article is the one I read this morning, which I thought made a lot of good points. Even when they talked about how Jim Benning did something right, they would follow it up with, but, and that's basically it. You know, he makes a good trade, and then you can go, but then, and I think really to see how I you know, I've been making the point since this channel started last May. My problem is a guy like Gustav Forsling that Canucks fans were very high on, and then the Canucks management kind of went, well, he's not very strong with the puck, or away from the puck, forgetting that he's a kid, and they just gave up on him. And for Clendenning, a guy that the Hawks were giving up on. And when Chicago's giving up on a player, there's a reason. So when the Blackhawks say, look, we want to get rid of, and it's a young player with potential, go ahead and say no, because odds are, unless it's a cap dump, like it was with Brendan Saad, if they're giving up on a player, it's because he's not very good. So I know that may sound kind of mean or cruel, but it's true. Chicago, probably some of the smartest minds in hockey are in Chicago, dealing with the Blackhawks and running the Blackhawks. And I honestly, I wish Jim Benning would just sit down and think things through before making trades. And I don't know. It's going to be a long season for fans here in Van. Probably longer than for any other fans in the league, because all 29 other teams have at least a reason to look and say, oh, we have a shot. Like even Buffalo. You know, in Buffalo, right here, these guys that started the year were gone or whatever. But if and when Eichel plays, they're going to be a hell of a lot better. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Anybody who's wondering about the hockey pool will have a video up today. All of October's numbers are in. As I said, I'm going to go see a movie today after the Montreal video. The hockey pool, the video will be up today. So we'll see where everybody is in October. you remember who you say won October?
Crap, I don't remember.
Invisible Man was second, right?
Yes, I forget the name.
Invisible Man was second with 203 points, and first place was
No,
207.
No, he had 205.
205.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't like my cat. Because
And
his
the
tail's...
first place was like 209, I think.
Okay, so Invisible Man, if you're watching this, you finished second for October, and somebody else finished first. Wasn't it somebody that used their name, but they didn't use their YouTube name?
Yes, yeah, it was a name.
All right, so I will give that name shortly, but...
I can open my computer.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, so
Alright.
we can...
Hold on.
She has her computer here, because we allow our computers to be at each other's houses now. Where we have that kind of relationship.
Okay, hold on.
There's a lot of trust there.
You turn on.
You sure?
Okay. Am I sure that I'll turn on my computer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, should I do a drum roll, or...
Well, it'll take a moment for the computer to turn on.
I think I have to put a parental warning at this video now, because I kissed a girl on it.
People need to be warned about that.
Well, there's no sex on the internet.
What do you think we were gonna do? Goodness.
Well, no, we kissed, so
okay.
that's
Oh,
sex.
no. Oh, he had 207. Where... I don't have the mouse
Where are you?
Up here. Here's the points up here.
Okay, so who's...
But I don't have the mouse out, so hold on.
Look at the mouse.
Oh,
Now it's really dark. Can't see anything.
It's because it was really bright last night when it was dark in here. It was blinding.
Okay, so here. Harrison Jakovic got 202, so I believe he's third.
No, there's a few that have
202.
Yeah, yeah. See, look, there's two more that have 202. Oh, come on, no.
Should I do the
If I can get the darn thing to work there.
What you doing?
Trying to get the mouse to actually click on something. It's clearly not.
Massimo Rispoli has 202 as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch right over 200.
And Team Dupre 201.
There we go.
Wait,
so there's a
Got Jake had 204.
Oh, there's the 207. Oh,
210.
Right, that's yes.
So the
there
winner.
It is. That was the first place. You can see the name up here.
Massimo Rispoli with 210.
Yeah, that was the highest, and then he had 207. That was the second.
Invisible Man had 207. That's for second place.
And then there were a bunch. Well, not a bunch. Several around 205. Yeah, there you go. There's a 205.
Okay, Alex Higgins had 205. Adux Games had a 201. Rogan.
Click on it. See it stop.
Rogan Tuck had 201. I think that's it for the 200s.
Well, I didn't go back to the beginning. Is that the beginning?
Looks like it.
Yep, that's the front.
Yep, so that's all the 200s. Yeah. Whistler Daver got 198. So, which one's this?
Which one?
That one. Hardest Puck, Steve McDonald had 197. I think that's all the ones that we're close to. Those two are over 200, so.
No, I think there's a few.
I gave her the numbers and she put them in. We were up like 2 hours last night doing this, so. Which one?
I lost it. Oh, did you see that one?
Yeah, Team Dupre. Okay. Yep.
That one. And I'm sure.
Harrison Jakovic. Yep, 202. Yep.
Okay.
I think that's it for all the high scoring ones.
I think so.
Yeah. 100. Oh, who had 199? Sticky Bandits. Jodie Foster got 199. Jesse, same thing. It's fine.
Different letter.
It's fine. It's fine. 199. It's fine. It's all the same. It's the same alphabet, so I was close.
Oh, okay, good, perfect.
Yeah, that's it. for the ones that are close to 200. She has the poppy. I have the poppy on my jacket, which I'm not wearing. She's wearing her hoodie, so she has her poppy on. I don't. Do you wish a happy Remembrance Day?
No, I don't think so. That doesn't sound right. I don't think so.
Welcome to Remembrance Day?
No.
So how do you say it?
I don't know. Maybe it is Happy Remembrance Day. That sounds wrong, though.
Melancholy Remembrance Day? Crestfallen Remembrance Day?
That just, no.
Happy Silence Moment at 11:11:11, which they've already
No,
had.
we passed it.
We didn't have a silence at 11:11:11.
No, I realized that it was noon. I was like, oh.
Wow.
It's 11:11.
We're terrible human beings right now. Bad. Should I close the channel?
We can close it. I think we're done, aren't we?
The channel?
Well, no.
I don't want to close the channel.
No.
But I guess the video.
Yeah.
Alright. So there you go. Hockey pool. October's in the books. And I was asked about the winner for the month. I'll figure out what I'm going to do for prizes. I'll get in contact with the person that had the highest points, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do for prizes, because I could figure something out. Prize for finishing first for October. Woo! Send them a pumpkin. October's pumpkin month, and they're cheap right now.
They are.
You may not want a pumpkin in the mail, though. Yeah. So Smushy Pumpkin is the October prize. For November, it'll be a bunch of poppies. Because by December 1st, nobody's going to be wearing poppies.
By tomorrow, nobody's going to be wearing poppies.
She's a pessimist.
That's
I like to think
how it
people are still
works.
going to be remembering tomorrow.
No, you're supposed to go.
I'm going to be remembering tomorrow. I didn't have my moment of silence today. I think I should have it tomorrow at work. But I'll have to do it because it's 12. It's the 12th tomorrow, so we'll do it at 12:12:12. I can do it a minute later, and an hour later, and a day later. It all evens out. It rhymes.
It does not rhyme.
That rhymes.
You're just making stuff up as you go. He's making stuff
My
up.
moment of silence. We didn't have a moment of silence for Remembrance Day. You had a moment of swearing for Remembrance Day.
What?
You had a moment of swearing at your video game for Remembrance Day.
That's not my fault if the game kills me in a bullshit way.
See?
There's no way of stopping that.
Okay.
It's just, bleh.
It's a circle of life.
I have calmed down since then.
It's a circle of life. Alrighty, that's it from me from now. I will talk to y'all again soon.